Hello pilot, as I'm sure you have seen on Zekiel, plenty of jump freighters die on the way to hisec. If you don't want to become one, there's a couple of things you need to do right. In this video, let's focus on taking the hisec gate, and let's see what the instadoc bookmark is all about. The cause of the problem are the if mechanics themselves. As I'm sure you have noticed, sometimes when you warp to a gate or a station, you have to slow boat for a bit before you can actually activate it. This is very noticeable on the route from perimeter to Cheetah 4-4. Usually there's even a couple of players that bump off industrials from that spot. There are two reasons they can do this. The first one is that the radius you can see through the overview is actually different from the activation radius. As far as I know, these depend on the model of the gate or a station, but not on a particular instance of such. Meaning that, for example, all stations that have the same model as Cheetah 4-4 will exhibit the same characteristics. The second reason is that when you warp to any object in Eve, be it a gate, station, or even a bookmark, you don't actually warp to that exact point. Instead, you warp to a random spot on a 2500 meter sphere, which is centered on what would be the bookmarked spot. To put it differently, if you are unlucky, you will land 2500 meters short from the target. And if you combine that with the activation radius difference, it makes an excellent opportunity for hostiles to bump you and destroy your ship. Alright, enough theory, let's see how it's done. First we'll have to make a bookmark inside of the gate. You should create one by yourself and you shouldn't share it with anyone. Having just one for all of your alts is enough, especially if you have a private alt corp which can be used to share it between your characters. Before moving the cargo, let's grab some cheap ship, like a shuttle, and get the alt into the low-sec system of your choice. Once there, let's use the move to command you get after pressing Q to move as close to the gate model as possible while still retaining a 2500 meter sphere. The tactical display works great for this. Okay, this looks good. Let's bookmark this spot with Ctrl B and save it to the alt corp. We are done with this alt, so you can move it back to hisec to scout. Now let's jump the freighter to that low-sec system. If you have your own citadel there, great, you should use it. But if you don't, you should stick to NPC stations. You shouldn't trust some random citadels, because you can be in for a surprise. For this example, let's use the station. After docking up, we should select the autopilot destination on our jump freighter pilot. Once the activation timer ticks down, we should take a look at the Sino alt to check whether the undock is safe. Let's say it is. Now we can undock and start aligning to the gate. This is important. You want to align, but do not warp yet. This is because if you warp, you would still take time aligning, but you could not instantly dock up if you had to. For example, when a wild Nyx would appear. Once you are fully aligned, you can warp to the in-gate bookmark we just created. Now, while in warp, you want to enable the autopilot. The autopilot will jump you through the gate on the very same server tick as you land. Let's see that in action.
Autopilot engaged. Autopilot jumping. Autopilot disabled.
Okay, and now we are in the hisec.
Warp drive active.
Right, since we already know how to jump into hisec safely, let's see what the Instadoc bookmark is all about. Before moving the cargo, let's again use some cheap ship to create the bookmark. Let's undock and move the alt well into the docking radius. I like to pick a spot that usually has no one on it. Once in position, let's bookmark the spot. Now let's swap to the second character, moving the cargo to the system. In this situation, starting from the gate cloak, you want to have the station selected as destination, warp to the Instadoc bookmark, and while in warp, you want to enable the autopilot. As with the hisec jump, this will have you dock on the first server tick after landing without any extra input from your side. Let's see that in practice.
Autopilot engaged. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Autopilot.
And that's it. The cargo is sitting safely in station. If you would like to see more videos like this, please let me know in the comments below.